Just got to wash the hands. Anyway, so hands have been sanitised, website has been loaded up, everything's set up. So today I'm going to be ranking Huddersfield Town players from worst to best. This was a content idea that was suggested by someone who watched the last video, so thanks for that. So yeah, we're going to be doing this on Tier Maker. The sections that we have got today are elite, very good, underrated, has potential to be good, bad and awful. So I'm going to be separating. Pretty sure I've got every single player who's played at least one game for us this season. In this list there's about 27. So yeah, let's get into it. So guys, here we are. This is the Tier Maker that I have made. So yeah, all these players have played for Huddersfield Town over the past year. The only one that's missing is Jonathan Hogg, but I'll just edit that over with text at the end. So start things off with Trevor Chalobah. I think Chalobah, I think he's a good player, and he's playing better with O'Brien because their play styles complement each other. He's got quite a bit of hit, to be fair, but I think he's a good player, and he plays a good game when he's playing alongside O'Brien, and he don't get enough credit for those good performances he's been putting in recently. So yeah, credit to Trevor. Terence Congolo, currently out on loan, decent at best based on this year, of course. For us, I'm just basing them off the performances for us, and decent, not really pulling any trees down. He's a Terence Congolo, and he's injured for a season now because of a foot injury that he got at Fulham. So yeah, Elias Kachunga, decent, not the player he used to be, but he's still decent rotation player, and I guess you could rely on him to just sort of do like a standard default performance every couple of games. Andy King, the same, default rotation player at the moment. No like magic, but you know, just good passer of the ball, and got good experience as well. So I'm yet to see like better performances from him, and he can move up the list, but I've not really seen him play that much. So that is what it is. Florent Adjani, decent. It would have been bad or awful, but he started coming good as soon as we loaned him out. So decent it is again. Decent again for Josh Karoma. Currently on loan at Rotherham, doing alright for them, to be fair, but he was decent for us. But like Chunga, just sort of rotation standard, no special, but no like awful. Another one indecent, Camille Grabara. He's not got the greatest handling and positioning, and distribution is poor, but his reflexes and diving are pretty good. That's why he's indecent. Emile Smith-Rowe, the first one to go in the elite section, he's our most technically gifted player by far, and you could argue our best player based on ability. Brilliant player is Smith-Rowe. Just the ability he has for his age, it tells you as a spectator that he's going places. The England squad is probably where he wants to be, and he will get there eventually, I can tell you that for sure. Been a brilliant player for us, and hopefully continues to perform, providing the season goes ahead, of course. Isaac and Benz are awful. Like what we were thinking when we spent 10 million on this guy, I will never know. One goal against De Gea, a nutmeg, and apart from that, that is literally it. So yeah, 10 million for a goal against United. Lewis O'Brien, elite by far, quality player this year for us. In my opinion, I think he's been our best player all year. Without Lewis, we would have struggled extremely in midfield because of just because of what he gives us, what his game sort of entails. Like, he's trying to fill Moyes' boots. You can definitely see that by the way that we play. He's not quite there in the playmaking ability, but he's getting there with the box-to-box side of things. He's a great tackler, and I can't recall him ever having a bad game. So yeah, credit to Lewis O'Brien. Diakabe, bad. Yeah, he's not exactly great, to be honest. He's got pace and dribbling, but it's whether his attitude makes him want to use it or not, and even then he's just not even the most gifted player. Bad performances for us this season, to be honest. Tommy Elphick joins him there. Don't know what he were thinking at the beginning of the season against Derby, shouldering it back to Grabara only for Lawrence to score. We lost a point in that game, and then he cost us 3 points at Blackburn when we were 2-1 up. When we were 1-0 up, at Blackburn. He cost us what would have been, as it stood, 3 points, and I don't think Blackburn, would have scored if it weren't for his sort of massive error. But that's a talk for another day. Danny Simpson, decent. He can be replaced, and we do need a better right back, to be fair. But he's doing a job for now, so credit to him. Chris Willock, very good player indeed. Since he's joined, he's hit the ground running with. I think it was, as you can see in the picture, that was against Swansea, and it was Steve Mounier's goal in the end, but he striked the original thing and it went in off the post. Good strike, or good cross if it's aiming for Mounier. But yeah, he's a very good player. Scored a screamer against Bristol as well on his weak foot, so hit the ground running. Very good player is Chris Willock. Jayden Brown, another decent. He's not brilliant, but he's not awful. So just bang average sort of like left back. He's quite young, to be fair, so he's still got potential to get better as a player. So yeah, but he's just sort of a bit like Simpson, just like he'll put in a performance, but I wouldn't really rely on either of them to sort of perform week in, week out at the best, because Simpson's getting on a bit and Brown's quite young still. So Kean Harrott, the young striker, I'm going to put him in decent, because this guy has got a lot of goals in the youth academy, and he's not really played a lot of games for us, but he has played. That's why I'm including him in the list. Truth to be told, this guy's got potential, to be a really good striker in the future. He could be leading the line for us in a couple of years. But that's up to Cali, of course. But yeah, he scored quite a lot of goals, and like I say, he's got potential to be a really good player in years to come. So that's why I put him in decent. Stronger at Stankovic, he's going in good. Very good weak foot for a centre half. Good on the ball, very good passer, like I say, and decently solid. And he only got dropped because we signed Stearman, who had a bit more experience. But like I say, he's still young, so he's still got years where he can improve his game. And in a couple of years, he'll probably be a starter or possibly captain material for us if he stays. Fraser Campbell, we've got. I would put him in very good, but then that trigger everyone. So we're gonna put him in good. I'll just fight it. We tend to win and draw more games when Fraser starts up top, because he presses the opposition's defence and tires them out. He plays more of a like just as much of a mental game as he does physical, because he'll get in the defence's heads, constantly chasing for the ball when he's pressuring them, makes them all tired for when Steve Mounier comes on and they can just beat them to the ball because they're too tired to get to it. So yeah, Fraser's a good striker, to be fair. He's got a good finish on him, he's just been quite unlucky with chances, to be fair. Joe Coleman, he's a good keeper. I'd say he's better than Grabara. That's why I wanted him to start a couple of games. I've not seen him have a bad game for us. And yeah, he's been with us for a couple of years now, and he's proven that he's a good keeper, and I'd say he's championship quality. I won't be surprised if someone like one of the lower down teams, even lower than us. I know that's not really much possible, but at the moment, but a lower down team would possibly take him on loan, or like League One promotion chasers possibly take him on loan next season if we're not starting him. Richard Stearman is going to go in good as well. Not the most mobile, but he wins most of the stuff in the air, and again, like Stankovic, quite good at with the ball at his feet. So yeah, Alex Pritchard going in good also. He's been injured on and off for quite a bit, so that's why he's not higher. But he's still got decent technical ability, and if he continues to play and stays fit, then he might move further up this list in the future. But for now, he's just a good player. And I sort of like, oh, Pritchard starting when he's starting, not oh yes, Pritchard starting. But as he gets better, or as he plays more games, he'll get better, of course. Callum Grant, elite goal scorer for us this year. He's got so many goals for us, and we would be lost as a team without him. Villa and West Brom are preparing a £15 million bid in the summer. I don't think that's enough, to be honest, for a team that's 18th or 17th. And the fact he's got that many goals for us, with the lack of service he would have had, he's definitely 20 million plus, 25 million I reckon is the sort of figure. based on the market nowadays, of course. A couple of years ago, I'd have bitten the hand off 15 million, but I'm sorry, if Jack Grealish is 80 million, then this guy's probably even 30, to be fair. If Jack Grealish is 80 million, absolute fraud. Christopher Schindler, very good. Been a solid centre half for us for years now. Obviously, that picture being the penalty goal at Wembley. But yeah, he's been a leader for us, and he's been a solid centre half for years. Wins a lot in the air, and he'll put in a tackle. He always seems to be on the floor as well, because he puts a lot on the line to get the ball clear. So credit to Christopher Schindler. Juninho Bacuna, very good. His impact off the bench is remarkable, really. Like, he'll come off the bench and score a lot of the time, or assist. His passing is very good. His trickery is very good. His skill set is very good, and he's got a rocket shot on him, as he proved against Charlton. So don't get enough credit. I think he's underrated massively by our fans for what he brings to the team, and he gets a lot of stick when he gets put into a corner and he can't clear the ball because he tries to take someone on, when it's just like, well, if he can't clear it, he's got to try and get it out somewhere. But yeah, massive fan of Bacuna I am, and I rate him a lot as a player. Harry Toffolo, very good. Workhorse, up and down that left flank, almost like a winger, to be fair, sometimes. And he gets back into position quickly as well. Rapid player, but good shot on him as well, as he proved against Derby. But yeah, probably the best 500k that we will ever spend, I'm pretty sure. Unless Grant was 500k, then yeah. But yeah, quality player, Toffolo, very good indeed. Jonas Lerso, very good indeed also. Great shot stopper, was over the moon. I was delighted when we announced that we'd got him back on loan for another season. Of course, because he was permanently signed with us, and then when we went down to the Prem, he would have wanted more money, and we wouldn't have been able to offer him that, which is fair enough. And I still have a lot of respect for Jonas, to be fair. There were a couple of players that I didn't have the respect for, but Jonas was one of them. And he's a brilliant shot stopper, much better all round than Grabara and Coleman. So yeah, really happy we've got Lerso, quality keeper, and probably one of the best in the Championship, if not the best. Steve Mounier, if we'd have based it off the beginning, it would have been decent or good, but this guy, very good striker, and massively underrated, and now he's starting to prove the haters wrong. If you give Mounier service, he will score. I've backed Mounier for all the years he's been at the club, and he hasn't got a lot of service in that time, based on different formations we've played and based on different players we've had. I'm not going to lie, when you've got Diakame and Benza on the wings, you're not exactly going to be expecting a lot of service, are you? But yeah, Steve Mounier, very good striker indeed, and that's why he's in very good, because, great striker, class when you give him the ball. And the last one is Jonathan Hogg, but the image thought it wouldn't upload, so we're just going to sort of hover the mouse over here. This is where Jonathan Hogg would have been, very good. Hogg's been a leader, general for us for years, and he's been quality, and he's proven himself as one of the best midfielders in the Championship time and time again. So yeah, massive credit to Johnny Hogg, Mr. Here There Every. We don't say that, PG friendly channel, everywhere. But yeah, that is my Huddersfield Town 2019-2020 Team Maker squad ranked. So yeah, that's all for today's video. That's my Huddersfield Town squad 2019-2020 ranked. I'm just going to start again, like I say in every single video. You're probably getting bored of thanking you all for the brilliant support I've been getting recently. Content's been limited, and I'm still seeing that the subscription number go up and up and up. It's gone up by about 20 in the past couple of days, which, to say I've not uploaded anything, that's pretty good going. Views are going up as normal as well, especially in the Leeds video from all the rattled Leeds fans. But yeah, I'm really grateful for the support. Like I say, I'm always grateful for them, and I've got a lot of time for anyone who takes the time out of their day to watch my content, watch my work. And it's just my way of showing, gratitude for you, sort of, like I say, taking the time out of your day to watch what I've put all my hard work into, and showing your appreciation for it. So yeah, I'm massively grateful, and just a massive thanks to all of you viewers, likers, commenters, subscribers, all that sort of thing. Don't forget to do all of those things if you haven't already. That's all from me. Stay safe, wash your hands, and I'll see you in the next one.
Bye.